Hello everyone, I'm Helerosa Baria, the third semester student of English study program at Timor University with rank number 32230017. Today, I'll talk about humanist learning theory, which is an approach to learning that focuses on the growth of one's own self and potential. This theory, developed by Carl Rogers and Abraham Maslow, emphasizes the values of human experience and self-actualization. So in this video, we will look at the basic ideas of this theory, how it is applied in education, and how teachers might function as facilitators to promote meaningful learning. So let us begin. So here, first I will explain about what is humanistic learning theory. So, humanistic learning theory is a learning theory that humanizes human. Learning should be centered on the person or student. Each person's ability to understand the learning is different. Some can understand quickly when they read, some understand quickly when they listen, and some understand quickly when they are demonstrated. There are various ways of learning patterns and methods, and each person has a different way of learning. And now I'm going to explain about the definition of humanistic theory by the expert. First is Carl Ransom Rogers. So according to Carl Ransom Rogers, humanism learning theory is a learning process that requires mutual respect and understanding between students and teachers without prejudice from both parties. That way, the learning process will go well. According to Rogers, learning must also involve the intellectual and emotional sides of students. The next one is 3 important elements in learning according to Rogers. The first point is learners should be faced with a real problem that they want to find a solution to. Second, if awareness of the problem has been formed, then an attitude towards the problem is also formed. At this stage, attitudes are formed through the process of reality acceptance, empathic understanding. Third, there are learning resources, both human and written or printed materials. The second expert is Abraham Maslow. According to him, a person's behavior is basically aimed at fulfilling hierarchical needs. Maslow believed that humans move to understand and accept themselves as much as possible. A very famous theory is Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory. Maslow explained that humans are motivated to fulfill their needs. Maslow argued that humans have a hierarchy of needs starting from the most basic physical needs to the highest needs, namely aesthetic needs. This perspective is closely associated with Abraham Maslow's belief that certain basic needs must be met before higher needs can be satisfied. According to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the satisfaction of a person's needs starts from the lowest, namely first, physiological, second, sense of security, third, love and belonging, fourth, self-esteem, fifth, self-actualization. The next expert is Jurgen Habermas. According to Jurgen Habermas, learning will occur if there is interaction between individuals and their learning environment. The learning environment in question is the social environment and the natural environment, because between the two are interrelated. It can be said humanism's social learning theory is a learning theory whose learning system is in accordance with human psychology, learning with the interaction between the individuals and the natural environment around them, and social environment. 3 stages of learning by Jürgen Habermas. First, technical learning. Technical learning is learning about how a person interacts with their natural environment properly and correctly. So, in this technical learning, a person learns about what knowledge and skill are needed in order to manage the natural environment properly and correctly, as in the field of science. Second, practical learning. Practical learning is learning how a person can interact with his social environment, namely with the people around them. Learning activities prioritize harmonious interactions between fellow humans. This technical learning is used in fields of science related to sociology, psychology, anthropology, and so on. The third point is emancipatory learning. Emancipatory learning is a way of learning a person to achieve a higher understanding and awareness of the changes and cultural developments in society in this modern era. Therefore, knowledge and creativity are needed to support cultural development in the community. And the next expert is Otto Combs. According to Otto, learning is an activity that can be done anywhere and produces something for himself. Combs, who is one of the figures who play a role in the history of humanistic learning theory, say that in learning activities, someone, even teachers, should not impose something that is not liked by the individual concerned. The application of humanism and social learning theory by Arthur. The first one is formulate clear learning objectives. Second, apply learning contracts to students. Third, encourage students to think critically, be creative in the learning process in the sense that they can express their opinion. Fourth, provide opportunities for students to come forward to present the result of what they are doing. The next one is humanistic learning theory principle. First, humans have natural learning. Second, significant learning occurs when their learning materials is perceived by students to have relevant to a specific purpose. Third, learning involves changes in the perception of self. Four, learning tests that are self-threatening are most easily targeted when the threat is small. Fifth, when the threat is low, there is a learner's experience in obtaining the method. The next one is humanistic learning theory objectives. In principle, the goal of humanistic learning theory is to humanize humans. This will make it easier for individuals or a person to understand themselves and their environment to achieve self-actualization. To achieve this goal, the smart tutor must be able to become a facilitator who directs students without interfering too deeply in the process of student self-control so that it is expected to achieve the learning objective that have been set. The next one is the characteristic of humanistic learning theory. The first one is emphasizes the process of individual self-actualization. Second, process is very important and becomes the focus of learning. Third, involves the role of cognitive as well as affective aspects. Four, promotes individual knowledge or understanding. Fifth, promoting one's own form of behavior. 6. No one has more right to regulate the learning process of each individual than himself. The next one is the advantage of it. First, higher motivation. Students are more motivated to learn because they feel cared for and valued. Second, positive environment. Creating a friendly and democratic classroom atmosphere where students can share their opinion. Third, active learning. Students are directly involved in the learning process, making them more focused and enthusiastic. Fourth, self-development. Helps students recognize themselves and develop a good personality. Fifth, emotional support. Teacher provides support to students, helping them feel comfortable and confident in the classroom. The next one is disadvantages. First, the learning process using this theory will fail if there is no seriousness and motivation from each individual. Second, may lead to individualism. Third, the limited role of educators because they only play a role as facilitators. Fourth, the emergence of gaps between individuals if some individuals are unable to have difficulty in recognizing their potential. Fifth, not suitable to be used as a practical learning method. And 6. Educators should not be tired of motivating their students because educators become motivation from outside the individual self. So, everyone, this is the end of my explanation and see you. Thank you for watching.